Hey everyone, it's your girl Tiff. I know it's been so long. I've missed you guys. I hope you miss me. I haven't made an episode in the longest just because a lot of personal things have been happening, but you know what? Whatever. We don't got time for that. There are some issues we need to handle, and the very first thing is going to be the 2015 MTV VMAs. So let's get into that. Okay, let's get started. First things first, I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. If you hear some blowing in the background, it's my fan because the temperature in my room, hold on, let me check the thermostat, is on hell, I think. Like, I don't know, it's blazing up here. And it's either the fan or the AC, so I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so basically, like I said, tonight was the 2015 MTV VMAs, and I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but MTV is owned by Viacom. So just to give you a rundown, Viacom owns networks such as VH1, MTV, BET, VH1 Soul, MTV Hits, MTV Telemundo. I don't even know what that one's called, but they aired this award show on all those channels, so it was kind of hard to not watch it tonight. Wait a minute though, I don't remember that being done for the BET Awards back in June. Anyways though, yeah, so basically America pulled us in by just like promoting Miley Cyrus hosting the award show. There's nothing we love more than a train wreck, and Miley is the definition of a train wreck. Like, open the dictionary, look up train wreck, Miley Cyrus picture is right there, probably twerking. So yeah, so she did that. So Miley brought the crazy. I mean, that's what we wanted, I'm sure. And she had like all these outfit changes and costumes and stuff like that. And it was like, you know what? That's cool. Like, if that's how you express yourself, then I'm all for that. I'm all about self-expression. What wasn't so cool was, first of all, the faux locks. And everyone was like, oh, this is so creative. This is a new look for Miley. But when Zendaya, who is half black, um, wore faux locks to, what was it, the Grammys or the Oscars earlier this year, she was criticized and stereotyped by saying she looks like she smells of weed and oils because she had faux locks. Okay. Yeah, that's classy America. Yeah, so I wasn't really okay with that. I also was like very uncomfortable with how many times she talked about smoking weed. Like, honestly, if I played a drinking game and every time she said weed, marijuana, cannabis, trees, blowing, smoking, rolling, like, I would have to be at the hospital to get my stomach pumped because it was ridiculous. And I really just felt like she was one of those kids, like, all right, so you know those kids in high school that like weren't really the coolest, but then it's either like they joined a group or they joined a sports team or they really got into something that was their thing, and then that's all they could really talk about. Or when you go to college and someone joins a fraternity or sorority and that's their only form of identification, that's what it is. Like Miley, that's all she could really talk about, and it's like, okay, like, it wasn't funny the first time, so it's definitely not funny the 20th time. And every time, though, that she did talk about marijuana, if you notice, it was also a skit that was connected with a rapper of African American descent. Like, yeah, we noticed. We noticed. So, yeah. So, another thing that happened with Miley tonight, though, is that she got dragged, or almost dragged. MTV pulled the cord and saved her life by the Southside version of Nicki Minaj. Okay, so if you're not up on your current events, when the MTV VMAs like released the nominations, I guess Nicki felt that she got snubbed for some nominations. She also felt that the "Feeling Myself" video with Beyonce should have been in at least a category. Where are the lies? Like, that video had me ready to go buy a one-piece jersey bathing suit and a pink fur and a kiddie pool and just sit in my front yard all summer. But that's just me. So, yeah, so she talked about how she felt like other women not colored, I guess, are allowed to do certain things in their videos, and it's okay. They get all the recognition, they get the awards, and when she does it, like with her body type, that it gets, I don't know, it gets a little gray area. Taylor Swift took that as a personal attack because Taylor Swift was literally nominated for every category: video of the year, fan favorite, male artist, hip hop, collaborate, like every damn thing. It's like it was the Taylor show. So they had their little tidbit, but they made up tonight when they performed together. But I guess Miley thought that she could also call out Nicki. And let me make something clear. It's like, I feel like you are allowed to say whatever you want. You're entitled to your own opinion. That's our right as citizens. Freedom of speech. Miley was doing a whole promo tour for the VMAs, and she called out a few people. Actually, she said something about Nicki and saying that if Nicki wanted to make it about race, there's a way she could have done that without making it about herself, and that it's not like people have different bodies and whatever like that, and saying that Nicki is not so nice about it, and the way she should have done it, she should have gone about it, is nicer or whatever like that, and like MTV didn't leave her out on purpose. I don't know how Miley knows this. Maybe she runs MTV now. Maybe it's Miley Television. Like, I don't really know, but she spoke up like she knew what she was talking about. She also went on to call out Taylor Swift and Kendrick Lamar about videos, about violence in their videos, and what they sing and rap about, that when she does it, she's called a whore and all this extra stuff like that. Which is like, isn't this the same thing Nicki was just talking about? But whatever. So Nicki Minaj went up to accept her award for Anaconda, and it was very Nicki-ish. She went up there and did her whole like little feminist tidbit that she does, like, tell women to stay independent, not rely on these men for anything. She then thanked her pastor. I mean, yeah. I mean, live your life. I'm not here to judge. It's just very weird that you thank your pastor when you accept an award for a video of you shaking your butt for 3 minutes straight, but I can't judge, only God, so that's between them two and the pastor, whatever. But then she also got real Southside Jamaica and called Miley out and said, back to this bitch that's been talking about me in the press all week. Miley, what's good? All right, let me just stop there for a second. Whenever a chick, especially from New York, says, insert name, comma, what's good, nothing good comes after that. Like, it gets crazy. And I just want to, like, thank MTV for pulling the plug on that, because it could have gone from 0 to 1,000 real quick. And like I said, Miley's entitled to her opinion, but what she also needs to realize is that people are entitled to clap back, and that's exactly what Nicki did. And I can't lie, I was kind of here for it. I wish she would have got the rest out. But Miley, she got shooken up a little bit, but she held her own. She unfortunately blamed it on media. I kind of wish she would have said, like, yeah, I said what I said. I felt how I felt. Nicki was good, but we know she's not about that life. If you know me, you know that my favorite part of the entire VMAs had to be Kanye West. Jesus. Yo, my mom's gonna be so tight when she sees that. Okay, anyways though, Kanye came up there and gave us the most confusing yet inspiring speech ever. And before you even like start to judge me, I am going to say this. This is a speech that I am going to share with my kids right up there with FDR's speech when he says the only thing you should fear is fear itself, and Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. Like, this is up there. And if you're judging me, I don't care, because it's going to be my kids and whatever. So basically, he was presented the speech by Taylor Swift. Like, of course. And she lied, because she said the first album she bought was College Dropout when she was 12, and if you carry the one, minus the 2. Like, you were like 16 when that album dropped. So, like, cut the shit, Taylor. Anyways, he got up there and just started rambling, because what you need to understand about Kanye is that he has so much going on up here, and it's very hard for him to articulate his thoughts just through words, which is why he is an artist. He can articulate his thoughts and his feelings and emotions through beats, and when he writes down his rhymes and puts on top of beats. Some people are talkers, like myself, and some people are artists, like Jay, Ye, Drake, Cole, Kendrick, all of them. Whatever. So he started his speech talking about North and buying fresh juice, I think. I mean, I guess. I don't really know. And then he went on to say, like, I have his speech right now, right here, that he thinks that the whole problem with the media is the award shows. And I completely agree. Who's to say that 5 people or whatever, how many people are on the team, gets to decide who's a winner and who's a loser? If you get a calling to make art and express your true self through art, who is this person to put your art in a box and decide what's the best and what's not? One of the most important things that Kanye mentioned was that when he did go up there and stole that moment from Taylor Swift, which I was a little scared because I thought he's going to make the whole speech about Taylor, and it's like, your career is so big that it shouldn't even be, that small moment shouldn't be the main focus. But what he said is that, or how he mentioned it is how I feel about America, is that they basically hype you up and all this stuff. Like, they loved Kanye. Everyone was a Kanye fan. They were all wearing those stupid ass glasses with the line across them. When he did the Glow in the Dark tour with NERD and Lupe Fiasco, like, it was crazy. When he was out there with Rihanna and Jay and everyone loved it. Like, the whole teddy bear, the Louis backpacks, the polo, Team Kanye. And then he said what he said about Taylor. Was that right? No, especially since he went up there and stole her shine. But what Kanye mentioned tonight is the main problem we have with America. He did one wrong, and they took it and ran with it. And he said MTV continued to play that clip over and over and over and over and over again until it was literally burned in your head. Study shows that it only takes something to get repeated 3 times or shown 3 times for you to remember it. So if every time you turn on TV or you go to these blogs, YouTube, anything, and that's the same clip that you're seeing over and over again, you're going to get that stuck in your head that Kanye did whatever he did to Taylor Swift. And that was like the part where he started becoming the villain to people. Although he did call out George W. Bush for not caring about black people, and that was the realest thing I ever heard him say. But let me back it up real quick. So yeah, so he said that, and he said because of that moment, or because of MTV constantly playing that he has gone places and he's been booed by 60,000 people, and people just mentioned to him, like, how could you be so mean, and you have a daughter, would you like someone to do that to your daughter, blah 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 blah. So now when it was time for them to actually give Kanye an award for his art and his craft, the focus wasn't really on that. The focus was more so on Taylor Swift giving him the award, and then they continued to play that over and over and over and over and over again, making it seem like, oh, look at Saint Taylor forgiving Kanye, and she's going to be the bigger person and give him this award, and it's all going to be roses and rainbows and lollipops at the VMAs. Like, whatever. The part of Kanye's speech that made me want to fire up my laptop tonight is that Kanye believes in self. And I think that's something that we've all lost. And it actually made me really kind of like pissed off when I saw people on my timeline saying like, oh, Kanye's a bozo and y'all listen to this clown and blah, 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 blah. It's like majority of the people that I interact with and follow are aspiring artists and entrepreneurs on the rise. And it's like Kanye is up here telling you that we don't have to put ourselves in these boxes to fit what other people say we should do. That you should break down the barriers and do what you want. And if you have these ideas in your head and this art you want to create, and that's what makes you happy, then go for it. I just have to quote him real quick because I don't think y'all were really paying attention. Like Kanye said, I'm confident, I believe in myself. We the millennials, bro. This is a new mentality. We're not going to control our kids with brands. We're not going to teach low self-esteem and hate to our kids. We're going to teach our kids that they can be something, that they can stand up for themselves, to believe in themselves. And if my grandfather was here right now, he would not let me back down. I don't know what I'm finna to lose after this. It doesn't matter though, because it ain't about me. It's about new ideas, bro. People with ideas. People who believe in truth. And then he announced he's running for president. But what I'm saying is that Kanye is basically telling us everything that our parents told us growing up, but we eventually stopped listening to that because there was a social norm that we had to fit into. When you're little and you tell your mom, like, oh, I want to be an astronaut, or oh, I want to be a candlestick maker, or oh, when I grow up I want to live on Mars, and they're like, yeah honey, I believe in you, all your dreams and stuff like that. But then when you hit 18 and you have to graduate high school and your mom's like, oh, you're not going to college, then you better hit the mall and fill out some applications because you got to do something. And it's like, what happened to all those dreams and stuff you believe in? Not saying my mom in particular, but I'm saying that's what happened to most kids. They start to lose that shine and that little fire inside of them burns out. What Kanye is basically saying is that keep that fire alive. If there's ideas that you have, then you need to push it. You need to believe in yourself. And there's no better time than now to do that. Like, if you just think of all the people that are basically in the limelight right now, they're doing this through social media apps. It's like 5-10 years, or I guess 15 years ago, that wouldn't have been even a thing. Like, oh, I can get famous off of making 6-second videos on Vine. I could get famous off of making beats and putting on YouTube. Like, we do know that's where Justin Bieber and Soulja Boy came from, right? And a lot of other singers and a lot of other people. The point is that Kanye has always been the person to speak out for us, and he's telling us that we don't have to, like, don't be comfortable anymore. It's time to shake it up. It's time to get what you feel that you deserve. And people are looking at him crazy, and it's like, am I also crazy for listening to Kanye, or are y'all still asleep and just gonna live your life at a mediocre level because that's what society is telling you to do? Society has not made it easy and sometimes not possible for people, especially to make it in this country. It's just like the odds are stacked against us. And although Kanye does have a lot of flaws, we all do, and he can contradict himself at times, who doesn't? He's the only one that's saying this. Like, we're gonna be real right now. Kanye, along with maybe Kendrick, Cole, really only one saying it. Like, has your favorite artist stepped up and said anything? Not really. And it's like, instead of like tearing him down and saying, oh, he's crazy, he's a madman, like a lot of older people think, because you have all these people on TV shows in the morning, daytime talk TV, saying, oh, Kanye does this, blah, 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 blah. And our grandparents and parents are like, yeah, you're right. And it's like, hey, no, you don't even get it. It's like, so instead of saying that, why aren't we backing up Kanye and say, yeah, yes, that idea that I have in my notebook, like in my dresser drawer, yeah, let me make that a real thing. Yeah, the idea that keeps me up at night, let me let me flourish in that. Let me actually give myself the chance to be, to live out my dreams before, you just give up. The difference between a lot of people that are successful and unsuccessful is that those that are unsuccessful gave up right before they made it. It's a harsh reality, but that's what it is. So, for those of you that are saying like Kanye is crazy and stuff like that, just think about when you were younger and all your crazy dreams and stuff like that and things that you wanted to be. It's like, why did you ever change your mind? And then also think about, if you plan on having kids, or even if you have little brothers and sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews, would you want someone telling them that, That's cute that you want to do that, but you should probably just go get another job. Or would you want them to be like, yeah, go for it, be all you can be, and do what you want to do? That's how I took it. So of course I want to hear back from you guys. I definitely want you to share your thoughts on this video or pretty much anything that's been going on. I'm going to post all my social media accounts somewhere down here, so definitely follow me. And you can check out my website, www.astoldbytiffany.com. And you can check out everything I've been up to. I love you guys. There's more episodes to come soon. I promise, I promise, I promise I won't make you wait this long again. And I'm working on a few other things, so stay in touch. All right? I love you guys.